here we go. Day one of the peak. So 8 days out from my first show. And the peak has begun. So obviously it's not peak week yet because there's 7 days in a week and we're on day 8, but we have started making manipulations. So we have meal 1 here. We are fat loading today, so we're doing a 2-day fat load and then starting to linear load. So this meal is 5 eggs and 100 grams of egg whites, and then I have a litre and a half of water with Blue Bonbon Hydroflow. That Blue Bonbon flavour is the new one. It's the best flavour. I thought, no, nothing will ever beat peach iced tea. That Blue Bonbon is the best flavour. I honestly have to limit myself from drinking it. So I'm just sat here, breakfast going down, wearing my compression boots. This is how I start every morning. I wake up, I do some fasted steps just to kind of get the body moving. Then I have my meal 1. I sit with these compression boots on, eat it. I'm going to watch Josh Croggan's new YouTube video on the TV. He is now a Gymshark athlete, so we'll watch that. I'll run you through my kind of plan of action for the week and my meals that my coach has sent me through. So today's a rest day for me normally. Then Saturday, tomorrow is usually we train push, but it's a rest day now as well. Then Sunday upper, Monday we're doing a lower D volume session. Tuesday is a rest day. Then Wednesday is a pull day. On Wednesday I will be flying over to Derby, so I presume that pull day will either be in TPC or what's the other gym in Derby called? Don't know why, it's just left my mind. Jacob Delaw's gym in Derby. Be modified, that's what it's called. So train pull on Wednesday, push on the Thursday, rest on the Friday / upper pump. That'll be the day before the show. Then Saturday is the show day. Sunday, so Sunday's obviously the day after the show. I'll let you know after show day what my kind of plans are for there, because it's gonna be sick. My post show bit, so I will keep that under wraps for now, and then follow along with the series, and you'll find out what's happening after that. So the food for today's fat load is this meal. So 5 large eggs, 100 grams of egg whites. The red sauce has been pulled, so rip, because we're going hardcore OG bodybuilder, no sugars or fucking extra shit. And then we have meal 2 is 40 grams of oats, 30 grams of whey, 30 grams of dark chocolate. So obviously show you each meal, but I'll just run you through these. Meal 3, 225 grams of beef mince, 50 grams of broccoli, 8 ml of oil. Meal 4, 200 grams of potato, 12 ml of oil, 160 chicken. Meal 5, so meal 4 and meal 5, I'll have them in work in the van. So meal 5 is 225 grams of beef mince, 2 eggs, 2 bagel thins, 100 grams of potato, 30 grams of red sauce. Steps 13.5k today, fluid 7 litres, less caffeine and no creamies. So there, boom, the bomb's been dropped. No Ninja creamies. Is prep even worth it anymore? Fuck my life. Nah, the creamies, I only added them in a few weeks ago, but the problem with the creamies, I was gonna pull them anyways. They're OP for dieting and your hunger, but if anyone's ever had them, there is so much volume, and during a peak week and leading up to show, you want your stomach to be as tight as possible. So filling that out with fucking 4 litres of whey ice cream is not probably the best idea. So the creamies are out. 7 litres of fluid. So if my maths is correct, for the meals I will have the litre and a half of water, and then the last meal I'll have a litre of water. And that will take me to 7, and then less caffeine, so I'll just limit myself to 2 monsters today, and that will do me. So yeah, that's the plan of action. I need to eat this, chill out here for a minute, then I need to do client check-ins, and then I will go to Asda, get my stuff for my meals, and then I have a client setup to do as well. So I'll bring you through all of that as I do it. I'll probably I'll try to keep this short. I might just show the meals. I'll not show the like client work and stuff, just so this video isn't too long. But yeah, that's the intro done. I'm really hungry. Time to eat this meal. Get the boots on, watch this video, and then I will catch you with meal number 2. Boom, here we go. Meal 2 getting cooked up. So I need to have my phone open at all times because of prep and the meals changing. Like, I literally double check on WhatsApp like 50 times what it is. So this is my second meal of the day going down. It is 40 grams of oats, 30 grams of whey, which will be in a whey drip or paste as the cool kids call it these days, and 30 grams of dark chocolate. You gotta be getting the Ugandan dark chocolate. I'll show you it now in 2 seconds, right? There's 30 grams on the scales. Can that track me the way over here? Ooh, yeah, it can. Just add some water. Did I just put in 40 grams or 30 grams? Pure prep brain kicking in right now. No, that was 40. That was 40. Bro, that just shows like like see earlier when I made my meal 1, I put in the 5 eggs and then was like looking at it, and I was like, did I put the 100 grams of egg whites in or not? And like just my brain, I don't know if it's because the carbs are lower or what the fucking crack is, but my brain is just proper prep braining today, so you love to see it. I'll get a cup out for this whey drip. Boom. Boom. I'll show you how you. Everyone probably knows how you fucking make this shit by now, but we will give you a little tutorial anyways. So I'm using the Perform cookie dough whey. It's just the nicest whey protein in my opinion. The cookies and cream flavour is probably number 2, and then number 3 after that maybe chocolate, or I can't think off my head what all flavours are. I don't rate that explosion flavour at all. I think it's so overhyped. Yeah, like in your head you're like, oh, mini eggs are fucking class, because like there's such a nostalgia thing, like, oh, who doesn't like mini eggs? But there we go, 30 grams of whey. So I'll show you, but it's so sickening. It just tastes like a shitty brand. Or you have, see, 30 grams of whey in the cup. It just tastes like almost like just poor quality protein brand, in my opinion. Chocolate flavour, which obviously we don't really want. So we'll get this and just mix it up. You literally put like the smallest dribble of water ever on it and just whip it up like this. Should probably check them oats actually, but I'll be alright. Oops. Take that back, they're nearly fucking everywhere. Exploding out the fridge. But is that connected to my fuse? Hopefully that's, I'll have to edit that a bit or work it out or something, but hopefully that's still connected to my fuse. I'm pretty sure I fucked up these oats, but oh well. We'll power through anyways, we'll live. Let me get a spoon and taste them. So yeah, I've just been to Asda and restocked on a few bits. I literally needed like 2 things. Oh, them oats are bang on. So we will make our whey paste here, or whey paste or whey drip. Like, they come out with a new name for it every fucking 10 seconds. It's quite thick, but that'll do. It is banging, to be fair. So I'll show you me. Actually, I'll just point the camera down like this so you can see it here, because if I try and lift it up and show you me doing it, it'll just mess up. Boom. There we go. I like it a bit thicker than like most people would have. The kind of, it's almost like a whey spread, I suppose. Look at the vascularity in the forearms, fucking hell. That's on no carbs. So, get this. Make sure to get it all out. That's the only thing about making this like whey paste stuff or any of these things. Like, you feel like you lose a bit, and then we'll spread that out. Try and make it aesthetic for the gram. Normally, right? So this meal would be on a rest day. Like 55 oats and 55 oats, 40 grams of whey. I'll just weigh up my dark chocolate here. It's usually a square is like 10 grams. 21. 32, we'll break a little bit off because we're trying to be bang on. 30. You break a bit off, it's still 31. Make that make sense. There we go, 30, bang on. We will just break that up so it kind of breaks about evenly. Or just drop it all in, sure. This is probably one of my favourite meals, and it's one of the things I'm actually looking forward to with the peak, is being able to eat. Like, I'm hoping on one of my higher carb days I have more oats in, because see, oats and whey and dark chocolate, I just love it. It just tastes like such like a cheat like dessert to me. I'm gonna add some pink Himalayan salt to this meal as well. I salt all my meals. This thing, you gotta be doing it like. Boom, there we go, a few grinds of that. So here is the finished product. Boom. Looks banging. So yeah, we will get that in me. I'll give you a little taste test, and then spot on. Obviously, I'd like a bit more. It's 40 grams of oats is literally one deep breath, but I'll still will enjoy this, and then I'll come back to you with the next meal. So we're just in the kitchen here. We have prepped my next 3 meals, so my last 3 meals, because I've got work today at 2:30. It's now just gone 1 o'clock, so I'm going to have my 3rd meal, and then I'll have my meal after that in work, probably about 4, and then my final meal at about 7 o'clock, and then I'll split my water across the rest of the meals. So I have 1.5 litres of water with HydroFlow. With this meal, that puts me on 4.5 litres for the day out of 7, and then we will have probably 1 litre with each meal, and that leaves me like 500 ml to have whenever I get home, before I go to bed and stuff, so that I'm not going to bed like pure water fasting. But yeah, I'll show you this meal, flip it around, only a quick wee clip here. So we have, boom, it's just 225 grams of beef mince and 50 grams of broccoli with 8 ml of olive oil on top. Pro tip, whenever you are measuring out oil, get yourself a small like little container, and let's see, where did I put it? Oh, I don't know, but and weigh it out on the scales. With the oil in it. Don't be putting the oil straight onto your meal, because honestly scales are so dodgy, and oil is one of them things where like it could properly fuck up the calories for your meal. So if it gets like dodgy or like doesn't weigh or whatever, like it can actually ruin the whole meal. So pro tip is just putting it in a little container and then pouring that little container on top of the meal. Then I'll just show you. Here's my other two meals prepped. I will explain what they are once I get to eating them in the van. But yeah, I'm gonna have to eat them cold, which is kind of shit, but it's part of the game. Like, not everyone is a full-time online coach where you can just like sit around and have every meal, and that's like a thing that I think people overlook and like get confused about. Like, you can 100% have a normal job where you work and still stick to all your bodybuilding goals. Like, this is an extreme of it where I'm literally on like a peak week, and everything's like getting adjusted on the daily. But if you have like a normal meal plan where you have the same meals every day, you can have them meals prepped. Like school and like 9 to 5s, like they might not be ideal for ultimate bodybuilding goals, but what they do is they give you a good routine where like you can have set meal times, you can have the set meals very easily. That helps with digestion, consistency. You know that, oh, I can have X meal and then I'm training at this time, after work or after school or whatever your situation is, after uni. So I know people hate on like working on like 9 to 5s and things like that, but honestly, for bodybuilding, it can help you build a really good routine. And you just need to get your meals prepped at night. Prep them for a few days if you need to, or make them fresh every like night or morning or whatever. You can fit around. But yeah, the way I see it is I use my my job's not a 9 to 5, but I use this like job to fuel my bodybuilding. So I know people hate their job. I don't love my job, but it gives me the money to be able to go and chase my actual passions and do what I really want to do. So I'm not gonna sit and like bash it or like go in hating it every day, because every day I'm taking like steps to live the life I want to live, be a full-time online coach, be a full-time bodybuilder who can 100% lock in. But it takes time. Like, these people you see that are in that situation, they didn't just spawn there, they didn't just get there overnight. You need to put the work in, build it up so that like you can essentially live that easier life. But see, if you're to meet a lot of them coaches, like, they are really busy, and like it's not the same as working a full-time job where you have to be there, like you're self-employed, but they still are really busy. They don't just sit and bodybuild all day. Like, they're doing check-ins all morning, or they're getting this sorted. Like, it's not hard, intense manual labor, but they're still like busy. And like, that's what I found with this, like, even making this kind of content, you have to be really on top of your time. Like, so for today, I've got my check-ins all done for my clients. I'm having to like prep every meal, record every meal, do this, make sure I'm ready to go to work. But I wouldn't have it any other way, because it's like, it's motivating. It's part of, I'm striving to do better. I'm striving to hit this goal. So I can't complain whenever I have a lot on my plate or a lot to do, because that's just simply what it takes. So hopefully that kind of, people can relate to that mindset and help you lock in. But anyways, gonna eat this meal now and stop rambling on, and then I will catch you when I'm in work with my next meal. Actually, I want to get something first. Hopefully, the camera doesn't turn off. But I got a few packages in, so I got these new trousers. Hopefully, it still keeps me. I'm at the shop, but I got these new proper AJ Mara spec bodybuilding trousers. So I'll be wearing these while I'm away. Hopefully, that just gives me the extra 1% to be a champion like AJ Morris. So yeah, then bodybuilding trousers, and then I got some of that turbo swole, the L-carnitine pump stuff. So I will be giving it a go this week and seeing if I can get like a nasty pump with all the extra carbs and some turbo swole. So yeah, I'll catch you with the next meal now. Here we have meal number 4. We're in the Asda van just in work eating it. So it's 160 grams of chicken, 200 grams of potato, and 12 grams of olive oil. Then we have my litre of water here with a scoop of the raspberry bonbon hydroflow. So yeah, gonna get this in me on my break and work. I'll give you a wee taste test here. We'll set you up. Hopefully the face tracker is on. Boom. Set up. Boom. There we go. So with no seasonings or anything on this, I usually go ham with it's called Coleman seasoning, Ronnie Coleman, fucking salt and pepper seasoning, goated. But we just have it plain because well, the olive oil is adding some flavour, but we just want no issues with digesting at all. That's why the red sauce was pulled from the first meal, and then we have a little bit of red sauce just with the last meal, but no seasonings on, kind of just salt and pepper. But I don't even count that seasoning, and I'm like the world's whitest person ever. So no seasoning on the potato like I usually have, which kind of sucks because I make the best potatoes ever, like literally better than Five Guys. And the chicken, but still hungry, getting it in me. Having a really good shift right now. Buzzing, like my hunger is like fine even in this fat load, which is good. So I'm not sitting here starving or anything. And yeah, everything's going in nice and smooth. So still quite a few things I need to get done when I get home, but it's looking like we're gonna make pretty good time. So gonna get this in me. So good. So I'll get back to you with the last meal, and then once I eat that, I'll pick the camera up whenever I get home and kind of let you know why we're doing a fat load, what's the whole purpose behind it, and other stuff I get up to before I go to bed. Just kind of getting ready for going away. So yeah, gonna eat this and then I'll catch up with you in the next clip. Literally just in from work, made a really good time with my deliveries, so I actually get to eat my last meal at home, which is good because it means I get to warm up the meal. So I have my litre of water here to have with this last meal. It's 225 grams of lean beef mince, 100 grams of potato, a bagel, and 2 eggs. Now the meal's actually meant to be 2 bagel thins, but where I live is like fucking, it hasn't made that far in evolution yet to where bagel thins exist. So I tried like the whole prep I've meant to been having 2 bagel thins. Even in my like kind of before prep I've meant to have bagel thins and stuff, but I've always had to opt for like the bagel equivalent because you just can't get them here. Like I tried Asda, obviously where I work, they don't do them. The like 4 or 5 spars don't do them. So like even on my old plan, like consistency is such an important thing. I used to have crumpets whenever I lived in England, like on my meal plan, and I actually really liked the crumpets. I used to fucking have like 6 crumpets a day. I came home, like the crumpets would restock like once a month, and I was like, well, that's just pointless. Like, what's the point in a meal plan if you know you can only have the fucking thing once a month? But here we go. It's nice, and heat it up in the microwave now. The meal. Ooh. Ah, fuck! This plate is mad warm. Ah, fuck. Ah, things I do for the content, man. Burn the hell off myself. Boom. There we have the meal. Looking epic, especially on the trained by AJ custom plate. Oh, it's just fogged up the thing. So yeah, we will give this a go. I'll give you a wee actually live taste reaction. I'm gonna eat this now and bring it in and go and chill on the compression boots. Ah, fuck! This burger, I hate it. This is. Well, I'm gonna keep this in, but fucking hell. That is one way of making a dick out of yourself. Just burnt this wooden plate has made this like a million fucking degrees. So if I burn the mouth off myself for the content here. Oh fuck, that's too hot. Decent to be fair. But like this is the bottom tier of this meal. Like if we look at this, I had a Five Guys, and then I had on my high day, I called it Four Bros, because it was like the two burgers with turkey bacon and like 400 grams of potato. But this is like one dude. Like this is like there's no turkey bacon in this. This is egg, minimal sauce because hardcore bodybuilder, and only 100 grams of potato. But honestly, every video I watch, people were like, "Oh, the fat load is like the hardest part. You're so hungry." It's been literally 100% sweet for me. I haven't found it hard, so we'll see tomorrow whenever, because usually tomorrow isn't a rest day for me. But with this new kind of days lining up into the show, tomorrow's a rest day and the second day of fat loading. So we'll see how that goes. Peak week explained part 1. So why we're running the fat load. So I'm heavily depleted at this point, and we're about to start peaking for my show, and we're running a 2-day fat load. The reason we do this is because our muscles have intramuscular triglycerides, so like fat cells that we need to fill up. We also have our glycogen cells, so kind of carb cells that we need to fill up, and then water. And then there's things like sodium, like salt you can play about with as well, but we'll just stick to these 3. So first of all, the fats, that's what we're talking about here. Intramuscular triglycerides, we want to fill out these cells by upping our fats. I'm heavily depleted, so our fats have been running low, and we need to fill these stores back up. What this will do is it'll improve my insulin sensitivity a bit from the poly and mono unsaturated fats, even though my insulin's obviously in like a primed spot because I'm so lean. Then we fill up these intramuscular triglycerides, and then what that'll do is that'll help the carbs stick whenever we add the carbs in. So that means it won't just burn through them, they'll be able to stay in the muscle when we introduce the carbs and the water, so that I fill out a lot better and don't just burn through it. So hopefully that's an easy explanation of why we load up on the fats first, fill out the intramuscular triglycerides. Then that means when we add in the carbs here for the peak, they will just fill out better.